Hello and welcome back. One more topic you will need to understand before you can begin writing program in earnest is the list data type and its cousin, the tuple. Okay, so list and tuples can have multiple values, which makes it easier to write programs that handle large amount of data. And since lists themselves can contain other lists, you can use them to arrange data into hierarchical structure. So in this video, we're going to talk about basics of list, okay, and I'll teach you about methods in the next video. What are the functions that are tied to values of certain data types, and then I'll briefly cover the list like tuples and string data type, which allows and we have also seen string data type and how they compare to list values also. Okay, and in the next further videos I'm going to talk about dictionaries as well. Okay, so let us start with lists and tuple. Let's get into it. So we have list, that is nothing but the data type which contains multiple values. Okay, so a list is a value that contains multiple values in an ordered sequence. So it is an ordered sequence. This data type as well is a sequence data type. That means we're going to use indexes as we have done for strings. Okay, so strings look like this, as you can see on the screen, like square brackets separated via commas. Okay, so just as strings, values are typed with quotes characters to mark where string begins and ends. A list also begins with opening square brackets and ends with closing square bracket, as you can see. So the values inside this lists is called as an items. Okay, and items are separated by comma, so they are called as comma delimited. Okay, this is very much important term, comma delimited, because that shows that it is separated by commas. That is very much important as per syntax. Let's get to an interactive shell so that we can get more about it. So we have, let's say we have a list 1 2 3. This is a list which got printed. Okay, so the list can have one important thing I want to show with this example, like A, I say B. Okay, I say cat, then I also say 1 2 3.5 or 3.2, whatever. I say true, say false, none. Okay, so these are all the values which are valid for lists. That is, list can have any data type. It can be a string, it can be an integer, it can be a float, it can be keywords. Okay, it can be any symbol also. So that all things are valid. Okay, and if I want to have, as we assign any basic variables or as we assign strings also, we're going to assign lists also. Like we have a spam variable which has cat, okay, bat, okay, we have rat, let's say we have sat. Okay, so these are all the list which I have. So if I say print spam, I'm going to get the list. Is that clear? So this is the thing, like we can have list and we can assign a variable to that list also. Okay, now let's get back to our slide so that we can get more out of it. So this is our overview of lists, what exactly lists are. Okay, now we're going to access the elements of the list, that is getting individual values in the list with indexes. Okay, so let's say we have this particular list which is stored in the spam variable, and we say that we need to write a Python code which is going to evaluate cat. So for that I'm going to use a spam in subscript 0. Similarly for dog I'm going to use a spam subscript 1. Okay, is that clear? So this is how do I access the elements of particular elements in lists. So the integer inside the square bracket is an index. Okay, the first value in the index is 0, the second is 1, and so on. Okay, it is like 0, then 1, then 2, then 3, and so on and so forth. Okay, so as you can see over here, we have a spam variable and it had some elements in it, and I say like spam 0 will give me cat, spam 1 going to give me dog, 2 is going to give me shark, and 3 is going to give me elephant. Let's get through ideally so that we can get more out of it. So I have a variable, or I have the same list which I have taken over here. So I'll say if I want to have spam 1, the first element, I'm going to get bat. Okay, similarly if I say spam I say spam 4 or spam 3, sat. Now if the index is not present, like 4 is not present over here, we just have 0, then 1, then 3, and then 4. We don't have fourth element. If I say spam, if I try to access the fourth element of the list which is not present, I'm going to get an error. That is called as an index error, which is and says list index is out of range. Is that clear? So I can access any elements, but it must be in range, of course. Okay, so this is how we access. Now if I want to print like hello kitten or hello cat, so I will write hello, of course with a space, and I'm going to concatenate it with spam's 0th index. I'm going to get hello cat. Is that clear? So this is how we do some basic operations, and this is how we index, or this is how we access the elements in the particular list. Okay, so another thing over here I want you to notice. Similarly, if I do spam and say 10,000, okay, again it's going to get an error because it is out of the range. Let's get back to back to our presentation. And now if I want to slice it, okay, if I want to slice it, slice is an operation which we did also in strings. Yes, so we are also going to slice strings. Sorry, we're also going to slice lists. So just as index can get single values from the list, slice can get multiple values from the list. Okay, and it is going to form a new list. Okay, so we have a slice is typed between square brackets like an index, but it has two integers separated by colon as this. Okay, you can see over here, like this is a spam which has just an index, just a value, or just an integer which is an index. But if I have two integers which are separated by colon, that is nothing but slice. One thing to notice, that the first integer is the starting of the slice, and the second integer which is followed by a colon, it is where we slice. Okay, one thing again to remember, like a slice goes up to but is not going to include the value of the second index. I said you in strings also, this is very much important point to remember. The second value is not included. Okay, it is the value -1. Okay, let's get back to interactive shell. So we have a same thing. Now if I want to slice, from 1 to 3, okay, I'm going to get bat and rat, because 1 is bat and we have 2, that is rat. We're not going to get sat because it is the third element. Third is not included, it's 3 minus 1, as I said you. Now if I want to get till end, so I'm just going to do this. Please understand this. I have neither given the start nor the end. It's going to print the whole string. Okay, similarly if I do spam, start from wherever you want, start from 0th index and get me till 4th index, going to get the whole string, of course. Okay, because 4th string is not present. If I say spam, start from this till 3rd index, it's not going to get the 3rd index but the 3 minus 1, that is the second index. Is that clear? So this is how we spam, this is how we slice. Okay, let's get back to our interactive to our presentation. So now getting a list's length with a length function. Okay, to get the length of the function, so let's get the length of the list, we're going to use length function. The length function, len function, will return the number of values that are there present on the particular list. Okay, yes, then just like it can count the numbers of characters in the string value, we have used the length function in string also. If you haven't seen my string video, check out the I button when you get over there or in the description box. Now try this out in your interactive shell and tell me the length, or I'll tell you the length. We have a spam variable which has cat, dog, shark, elephant, the 4 elements. Let's see if I do this, that length spam, I get 4, of course, because we have 0, 1, 2, 3 elements, but 3 indices, but or 4 elements basically. Okay, moving forward. Now if I want to change the indices or change the values in the particular indice, like in the same thing, this example here in this string, if I want to replace this cat with with this dog with another variable, I do this, like spam1 and hero. I want to change the first index to hero, so I will do this like spam1 hero. This means that we're going to assign the value of index 1 in the list spam to the string hero. Okay, so if we have this as a string, as a list, after doing this operation, if I say to print spam, I'm going to get the dog replaced by hero. Now here in the next line you can see this. Here you can see the different operation. This one, like spam2 is equals to spam1. I'm saying the second index is also equals to first index. So what I'm going to get? I'm going to get, if I tell them to print spam, I'm going to get hero 2 times printed. Okay, in the first index also, as well as in the second index, because I said that the second index of spam is equal to the first index of spam. Okay, now we can concatenate the list as well as we can replicate a list. Try this out in your interpreter. Okay, so we use plus operator to combine two lists, and we use asterisk operator, that is multiplication operator, to replicate through a list. This the same operations we have seen also in strings. You can check that out again. Okay, so we have two lists, 1 2 3 and ABC inside single quotations, that is their lists. Okay, if I do that, I'm going to get this thing like 1 2 3 ABC on a single list. Okay, that is the new list created. Similarly, if I want to replicate 3 times, I'm going to do this. Okay, is that clear? So this is how we replicate or we concatenate. Now what if I want to remove an element from a list? We're going to use a del statement. So the del statement will delete values of that index. Okay, one thing to remember, all of the values in the list after the deleted value will be moved to one index. We will see. So if I have the spam variable, okay, this is the typo error, like one more square bracket is printed, ignore that. So if we have this list like cat, dog, shark, elephant, I said to delete the second index, that is 0 1 2. I want to delete shark. So what will happen? This elephant will move towards the position of shark. Okay, because it will get one less. Do you get that? So if I say to print spam, I'm going to get this cat, dog and elephant. Is that clear? Yes, it is, I guess. Now if I want to take input for a list, so there are basically 3 ways. Okay, like here is what we are talking about, like we want to take input the number n. So because this is doubt for everyone, like if I want to take in a single line, I want to take an input of strings, input for string, what do I do? How do I do that? Because this thing comes in competitive programming, or you practice in HackerRank, say, or in HackerRank, you need to take the input of a list on a single line. So how do you do that? We have 3 ways for that. Okay, you can see how do we want an input, how do you want an output. So for that, we have the first thing, that is using a for loop. Okay, this is very tedious, like using for loop, iterating to n values. Okay, more complexity, like we have a list, then we enter the input number of values you want, then again iterating through I, okay, for till the value of n, and appending the values in the list. Okay, this append operation we're going to talk about in the next video, I guess. Okay, and I say print list, so you're going to get the list whatever you want. Try this out in your ideally and tell me the results. Okay, you can ask down on the comment section. Okay, so this is the code 1, very simple, that using for loops. Now the second approach I guess I have is using map. Okay, in a single line approach. Like here what we're going to do, if we're going to take an input like how many members you need, okay, then I'm going to tell them to enter the members, but here I want to input the members. I want it in int format. Okay, I want it in int format, and I want to map it to list. Is that clear? Very simple. Okay, I want to input it in the format of integer and map it to list. Is that clear? And this strip and split are used to, you know, strip where we have spaces, split where we have spaces. Okay, like this, and till n values. Okay, do you get that? So this is how we map this is very easy thing. like input, take the input, strip it, split it, but I want it in integer format, then I want to map it to list. Is that clear? So this is very much important. I can tuple it also. Okay, so this is the second method, and the third method is using this list compression or typecasting, we can say. We have the first list. I want to have two lists, suppose, let us suppose. So first list, taking, I'm just initializing the first list, then I'm initializing the second list. Now the first list is equals to int, that is an item, okay, for item in input, enter item, and then split wherever we have spaces. Similarly for second item, for item in input, enter the elements and split. Okay, so this, try these codes, input the elements. Okay, you will find it very easy. Okay, but most preferable is map, because it is single line thing. No problem. So this is how we take the input if you want to create a list. Okay, so this is it. I'll say for this video, suggest me some changes, ask me doubts about the topic. So in the next video, I'm going to talk about methods. I'm going to talk about tuples and take an example from one competitive site, either Hacker, Rank, or Earth. Okay, we'll take an example. We'll talk about dictionaries and more. Okay, don't forget to like, share, comment. And you can get the notes when we complete this playlist on Eat, Sleep, Code, Repeat. Okay, .blogspot.com, and click subscribe so that you never miss any update. Is that clear? Yes, it is. And thanks.